Good evening and welcome to King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College, home of this women's basketball matchup between the Wheaton Thunder and the Millikin Big Blue here. It's a big conference game between these two 1-0 teams. I'm Don Crowder, joined here with Abram Erickson on Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, bringing you live commentary of this great matchup. And we've got some player introductions and the national anthem, so we're going to send it down to the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's CCNF basketball matchup between the Millikin University Big Blue and the Wheaton College Thunder. At this time, please stand for the playing of our national anthem. And now for our starting lineups, beginning first with the visitors, Millikin University. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 3, Miranda Fox. A 5'4" junior guard, number 5, Jasmine Brown. A freshman guard, standing at 5'8", number 22, Elise Knudsen. 6' senior center, number 23, Jordan Hildebrand. And a junior standing at 5'10", guard number 45, Aubrey Staten. The Big Blue are coached by Olivia Lett. And now for your starting lineup for the Wheaton College Thunder. From Victoria, Minnesota, standing at 5'8", a freshman guard, Lily Schwen. A 5'10" senior hailing from Fishers, Indiana, number 12, guard Hannah Williams. From Wheaton, Illinois, at 5'10", a junior guard, Hannah Swider. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, 5'10", junior forward, number 30, Taylor Sanders. And from Melbourne, Illinois, a 5'10" sophomore guard, number 33, Annie Tate. The Thunder are coached by Kent Madsen.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, we have Wheaton Thunder taking on the Millikin Big Blue here. It's the home opener for the Thunder here at King Arena. They won their last game against Augustana Millikin, also 1-0. And this is a bit of a young team, Abram, that we've seen, but they came out last week and looks like they're going to put on a good show again tonight.
Yeah, Don, you're right. I think, we're all interested to see how the Thunder team perform here, and we were really excited by what we saw last Saturday. A team that lost 7 seniors last year, 5 of their top 7 scorers gone, and a team that's going to need to pick up some scoring from a lot of different places, and we got a chance to see maybe where that's going to come from in Hannah Williams and Hannah Swider and others in that game against Augustana. So we'll see what we have here tonight. Of course, we've got Swider with the ball now.
He's going to cross over. She is just hounded up top by Brown. And a nice defensive play. Good crossover by Schwen. Nice dish over to Sanders. Can't quite hold on to it. 8 on the shot clock. Swider's going to cut around. Now here's Hannah Williams, the lone senior in the starting lineup. She's going to miss that shot. Here come the Big Blue the other way. Here on the wing, this is Hildebrand. Back over to Brown. Hildebrand's going to drive. Nice move, gets inside. Misses the layup. Rebound by Schwen, and here she comes the other way. She's got Swider. Goes to Williams instead, and that ball is going to go off for the Big Blue.
Yeah, missed opportunity on the fast break there a little bit as Wheaton had numbers coming down the way. Schwen got it over to Williams, but just didn't quite have the handle on it. Looks like it went out of bounds off of her hand.
And that ball is thrown away. Now the Thunder will get a chance to attack Millikin off of that turnover. And we'll see Hannah Swider taking this inbound. She had a great game, 21 points against Augustana. She's finally cemented a starting role in this team. We've seen a lot of her over the past 2 years, her freshman and sophomore years. Often one of the first names off the bench, and now in a starting role. She just came by an offensive foul there in the charge.
Yeah, strong drive by Swider. Obviously trying to be aggressive and open up this game. Still no score from either team over a minute in, but good defensive play by Millikin to get over and draw the charge.
Driving down low, kicks out to Hildebrand, and she's fouled on the way up. Should go to the line for 2.
And Hildebrand, a good player for the Big Blue both this year and in the past. She second leading scorer in the game against Carthage the other night, that 77-66 win. She had 13 points. And she's been one that's had the Thunder's number in the past, with last season Millikin beating the Thunder at home 66-63 in an overtime matchup. She had a double-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds, and there's the first points of this game on the free throw.
Second one is up, front rim, but rebounded, offensive rebound down low. Kick back to Brown, and that's a 3-point attempt. That's a little bit short, and that's going to go out of bounds. You might have noticed on that free throw, no real noise in this stadium. We've got a couple of changes here due to some restrictions that we have. As you can see, no fans in attendance and a lot of spacing out on the benches. And of course, these teams happy to do anything they can to get a season in. A lot of pent-up energy, but Abram, we noticed that in the men's game last week, and it didn't really seem like there was any lost energy. A lot of the players on the benches really just having a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, Don, I agree. We saw a lot of enthusiasm from both of the benches in the men's game last weekend. Already seeing that early here in this one from both sides. Millikin came out really strong in that first minute, just loud on the bench, up on their feet. Of course, you can see here from the wide angle, team up on risers there on the bench and separated out. So a little different than a normal bench would look, but both teams getting some energy from their sideline.
Swider misses again. It's controlled by the Big Blue. Hildebrand goes over to Brown. Now a drive in by Hildebrand on Williams, kicks it out. And a tough control, but the Big Blues still have it. 10 on the shot clock. Nice drive. Just ran out of space there, and the rebound controlled by Schwen. Here come the Thunder. Swider. Thunder trying to press in transition early, but the Big Blue back so quickly. Tate's pass is deflected, and now Millikin come the other way. Still just 1 point in the game. Almost 3 minutes gone by, and that's the three-point attempt up by Schneider. And once again, here come the Thunder. Transition. Swider thinks about it, drives in, and she's going to get caught on the way up and go to the line for 2.
Yeah, so the Thunder a chance to get on the board here. Swider, nice pump fake, or just a little hesitation there as she gets up, and then a foul called. Couldn't tell there if got a little bit of the ball or a little bit of the arm, but either way, Jasmine Brown not happy with the foul call. But Hannah Swider will head to the line for 2 shots. And a good free throw shooter, 90% last year from the line.
First one no good from Swider. We just saw a quick substitution by the Thunder. That was Zoe Nordling up for Lily Schwen. 1 for 2 from the line for Swider. We'll see Miranda Fox back into the game for the Big Blue. And she'll bring the ball up and start this offense.
You know, two teams that scored a good amount of points in their first game. 77 for Millikin, 69 for the Thunder. Both having trouble getting to the basket in this one.
No room to move. Back out to Fox. Another three-point attempt by Schneider. This one from the corner is good, and we've got our first field goal of the game. Wheaton's still hunting for their first points. Nordling up top. She's going to drive in. Aggressive move. Doesn't quite work out. Tries to get in. And now the Big Blue on the other way. Schneider in the corner. Opposite corner. That one's no good. Scramble on the ground. We're going to have something here, and that's a jump ball. Good hustle on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, the Thunder escape one there is another open three from the opposite corner, almost 2 in a row, but there's the first one on the screen here. You see, great shot from the corner, and this Millikin team, a team that shot 37% from behind the line in their first game, so a team that can definitely shoot it, finally get one to go here, and they're up 4-1.
Ball is kicked out. That's a three-point attempt, and that is good from Bailey Kaufman.
Kaufman didn't start this game here, but she was the leading scorer in the game against Carthage. 17 points, 8 rebounds. Really big game from the sophomore.
Nordling looking for room. Her pass is intercepted by Staton, and now the other way, Fox. She'll have to start up again. A couple of errors early on for Wheaton. And the closeout not quite there. A shot is able to get up. And now we see a foul on the ground. And this one will go against Wheaton.
Yeah, and like you said, Don, Wheaton with 5 turnovers at this point. Just some errant passes, some just mistakes and violations that have cost them the ball. And, you know, 4.5 minutes, into this half, the Thunder have 1 point, and they're on 0 for 4 from the field. And they just haven't been getting shots up. Only 4 shots in 4 minutes for the Thunder. Haven't been able to control the ball well enough to get any good looks.
And I think, just like you said, we are seeing some of that youth. You mentioned 7 seniors graduating from last year. A lot of those starters, including All-American Hannah Frazier, as Wheaton takes a timeout. But it's almost like coming into this season is like the men's team was last year with the departure of Aston Francis. You're coming in, you've got a lot of young players. You're going to have a lot of opportunity for growth. But yeah, a couple of errors early on, and Millikin so far looks pretty good out there, Abram.
Yeah, Don, I mean, I think this is a good timeout by Coach Madsen, and, you know, I think you got to just say we got to take care of the ball a little better and get some better shots. On the defensive end, you know, they're doing, I think, all right. 7 points is not, it's not like Millikin has raced out and just really lit it up on the scoreboard. They've just made a 3 and really a 1 and then a 2. So it's not like the scoring's coming in bunches for the Big Blue. And the Thunder have been able to force some turnovers of their own. Millikin's got 2 on their side. So on the Thunder, it's all offensive at this point. Nordling, who's going to bring it up, she's been aggressive, threw the ball away once, but had a nice drive to the hole earlier as soon as she came in, just couldn't get it to go.
Cassell is able to recover that ball, fighting for the offensive board, and she does well there. That's going to go off of Hildebrand last.
Yeah, and that's a good shot by Tate. That's the shot you want to see the Thunder take. She had 11 in the previous game, knocked down a 3 in that one as well. So it's shots like that where whether it's off kind of a broken play and you get someone freed up behind the line just to get something going, really need a little momentum at this point. And the Millikin defense, as you can see here, just really pressuring the Thunder.
First shot up and good. And a nice little move. That's Annie Tate. She had a nice game, 11 points against Augustana in her first collegiate start last week. Brown controls at the top. She's going to drive in and kick out. Staton in the corner, no good. And Nordling comes away with the rebound, and she'll push it the other way. Tate was wide open. She was calling for the ball. Couldn't quite get it, though. Now Swider has it. She's got a lane. She'll pull up, and that one's good for 2.
Yeah, and this is what we want to see from the Thunder. They're a good shooting team. They were last year. They are this year. And so those mid-range jumpers are going to be important. Haven't been able to get to the hole and get the layups to drop, but if not, at least got to get some quality shots from the mid-range.
Swider thought about the fast break. She's going to bring it back, though. Nice screen up top. Seen a lot of movement down low as Nordling once again puts up the floater. Cassell tries to get it, and now Fox will come in. Great defense there from Swider, tracking back, and now Williams will bring it the other way. Kick out to Tate, thinks about it. Nordling's going to drive once again. This time she gets a lane and she gets through for 2 more.
Yeah, and we've seen Zoe Nordling do that now 3 times, able to get it to go here, but really the only Thunder player with success getting to the basket, and it pays off for her there. Aggressiveness working out to close this lead to 2 for the Thunder.
Millikin looking a bit more subdued now as the lead is just 2, and they're going to throw that one away. Another turnover.
Yeah, and you can see here, Tate just makes a great skip pass, and then Nordling blows by the defender, Brown. There's really no help side there as the big blue defender doesn't step up, stays on Castle, but just a nice job by Nordling as we see a bunch of group substitutions here. If the Thunder can get a bucket and tie this one up, that'll be an 8-0 run.
Now we saw the reintroduction of Schwen, and also Bonnie Zeller is back in the game. Another turnover here for Wheaton. Brown's going to drive in and kick it back. In the corner, this is Knudsen, no good. Great rebound from Nordling, and she's going to get fouled.
Yeah, and look at this. Just reaches up, and really over 3 Millikin players able to bring that one down strong, or is fouled before she just got a chance to really go anywhere with it. But we're going to see Nordling bring it up the floor again here, and has been a little bit of a spark plug for this offense since she came in with just a couple minutes ago.
Here is Nordling on the ball. She's going to dribble that one away, and a great steal from Knudsen, and that's going to be an easy 2 points. Just a quick breakdown. Nordling the other way tries to make up for it, goes down low, and that pass is going to be tipped up and out of bounds by Snyder.
Well, the Thunder are lucky that that one's going to stay with them, but that's still not a good pass, and you saw him throw it away on the earlier possession. These are just some mistakes that I think come with being early in the season, but also come from being a little bit younger of a team. Just, you know, a team that is really starting a lot of young players out here and doesn't have as much veteran leadership as they did in the past. Great move by Swider inside.
Yeah, we saw the point guard getting a little bit of a nice post move in. She's going to go to the left. A little bit of contact there. Brown goes down, and then she's going to end up actually going to the line for this and one play.
Yeah, and like I was saying there, Don, was just we've seen in the past, you mentioned Hannah Frazier, of course, but players like Christy Dembski, Kirsten Madsen, Jordan Myroth, Jill Berg, all players for the Thunder that in recent years have gotten a lot of playing time since they were young, had a lot of experience last year, and the Thunder were really just a seasoned team last year. That's not so much the case this year, and we might be seeing a little bit of that early on, but they've closed the lead now to 1, and again, if they can cut down on some of these errors, some of these unforced turnovers, then I think the Thunder will be fine in this one. They just need to regain a little bit of composure here.
And there's another turnover. Schwen is going to come up with this one. And that pass will be tipped away. Excuse me, that's Anna Mooney, freshman out of Holt, Michigan.
Yeah, and you're going to see some protests there from the Millikin bench as they were sure that that was off the Thunder, but they're going to leave it with Wheaton down on the baseline.
And that's the second time we've seen some coach protest from Millikin. Good to see that passion brought into King Arena here. Hannah Williams down low. Castle is going to be physical down low, tries to get it up. Can't quite make it work. Now Snyder on the wing, drives in. No room to work. That's a nice crossover move. That's a pretty shot. And she gets it for 2.
Way to work around the screen there and freed herself up, gave herself enough space to get to the lane. Castle's
going to go to work. The fadeaway jumper. airballs that. Millikin will take over.
Well, one thing we haven't seen from the Thunder very much is a lot of just good working the ball around the perimeter, trying to find an open post player or an open lane to drive. A lot of one pass and then shot, kind of like on that play there. Of course, if it's open, those are sometimes great opportunities, but at other times when you're trying to find just some rhythm on offense, maybe get to work it around a little bit to find an open shot.
That's interesting you say that. I feel like the Wheaton team of yesteryear, known for their patience, oftentimes taking up to the last couple seconds of a shot clock each possession. So we're just seeing that difference between a team of veterans and a team of young players, as that's a nice drive by Mooney. Great block from behind by Knudsen, and now we're going to see the ball on the floor, and it's going to go for Wheaton.
Yeah, I think you make a great point, Don, and I think that's a sign of just a mature team, a team that's not worried about getting a shot off in time, is able to milk the clock if they need to find something that's open. We really haven't seen either Millikin or Wheaton in this one really do that. We haven't talked a lot about the Millikin side, but they're a young team as well. Just 2 seniors in Hildebrand and Aubrey Magro, who we've yet to see in this one, but a team full of sophomores and freshmen. So 2 really young teams going at it here, and you've seen the fight out on this one is back-to-back jump balls called there. A lot of passes broken up in the lanes and those type of things. Players getting on the floor, just really eager to be out here and playing, and sometimes that makes up for a little bit of maturity if you need it to at times.
Thought about a 3, passes up on it. Quick little jumper, nearly goes in for a 3-point play, but she'll get fouled and go to the line for 2.
Yeah, a nice move on the jump shot there. A little bit of a spin to try to free up some space. She obviously still didn't have a lot as she gets the foul, but really almost got that one to drop after a couple bounces on the rim.
So that's Bailey Kaufman. She was 7 for 8 from the line in the game against Carthage. As you said, led all scorers with 17 points, though she didn't start this game. It looks like we'll see Aubrey Staten back into the game for Kaufman. And Swider will bring this one up for the Thunder. A bit aggressive early on, nice cut. And great steal there from Knudsen, who's been all over the defensive front.
That one just comes from Swider picking up her dribble too early. She was stuck and had to make a long cross-court pass. Wasn't able to. Timeout called by Millikin before the jump ball could be called.
We've seen a lot of jump balls in this game. We've seen a lot of physical play inside, but really nothing coming from behind the arc. Wheaton's only attempted 1 3 and they missed it. And on the other side, the Big Blue are 2 for 7. That's good for 28%. And we saw last week against Augustana, this Wheaton team, known for their shooting last year, shot just 20% from behind the arc.
Yeah, and we keep coming back to the turnover numbers, and of course there's a lot of stock to put in that, but the Thunder have 9, just not even through the first quarter here, and that's just not a sustainable number for a successful game. So they've really got to clean things up. I mean, I think only being down 7 points with a stat line like that is a positive in its own right, but I think at this quarter break, they're really going to need to take a breather and just try to get a little bit more composed, make some decisions that are a little bit better. We've seen those turnovers a lot of times come from just bad passes or inability to connect on passes. Something they've really got to clean up here as they move on further into this game.
Here on the outside, it's Staten and over to Knudsen. Long 2, and that one nothing but net from Knudsen.
Yeah, and that's her 7th point. She's going to lead all scorers now, and really a great performance from her so far. 3 steals already.
An awkward shot there from Swider, but Annie Tate tries to come up with it. Can't quite get it, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The Millikin Big Blue lead Wheaton here at home 19-10.
And I think that's a pretty indicative possession as well of how things have gone in this first half. Swider trying to put up the shot there at the end, and of course you want to get a shot up before the buzzer goes, but she certainly had more time than she thought, I think, and so rushed that one a little bit before she before she needed to. So I think in this, quarter break, we're going to hear from Coach Madsen probably just something about trying to clean up play, I think is what we'd want to focus on here. The Thunder, on the offensive end, really just haven't been able to get a lot of shots up, like we said earlier. Just 4 for 15 from the field. They've been able to get their fair share of rebounds. They lead the rebound margin 13-8 overall. They've even had 5 offensive rebounds, but just haven't been able to turn those into points at all. As they've just been stifled. Scoreless for the last 2:44 of that quarter. During that time, an 8-0 run from Millikin. The Thunder 1 for 6 in their last 6 field goals. Not a lot of good to look on in the offensive end in that quarter. But again, defensively, 19 is not a great number that you want to have. Of course, that's good for 76 points or so, and you really don't want to give up that many in a game. So they want to tighten down on that. But I think offense is priority number 1 here.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. A lot of these turnovers, as you said, easily avoidable. It's just making a little bit too hard of a pass with plenty of time left on the shot clock. But we'll look to see how the Thunder respond. It's going to be Williams on the inbound, and Swider will kick off the second quarter.
One thing, we haven't seen Hannah Williams yet on the scoreboard. Williams, of course, such a good player for the Thunder in past years, and recently there's Tate with a three-pointer of her own. But really look to expect to see her with the ball more in her hands as this game moves on.
That's a quick 3, cuts the lead to 6. Fox is going to drive, try and get something going. Now Knudsen over to Fox. Fox, a nice spin move. She's going to get to the rim, no good. And Tate corrals that rebound, gives it off to Schwen. And Schwen will hold up a little bit. Cross court to Swider, the quick 3. Front rims it. Tate, nice little Euro step down low. Can't quite get it to fall in the basket. And now Fox comes the other way. Knudsen down low. Fadeaway hook, and that's a pretty shot again, and another 2 points.
Yeah, a great shot, especially from really a guard as well, able to work in the post and just get the little baby hook to roll off the front of the rim there. Really soft touch around the basket.
Good pass down low. Hannah Williams, there's her first 2 points. Wheaton faithful, grown accustomed to seeing her make those types of off-balance layups off the glass. Good to see that shot going early.
Yeah, and a nice cut frees her up on that one. Really good off-ball movement results in a score for the Thunder.
Taylor Sanders comes and gets that rebound. Swider looks for Sanders, who's going to start this offense well outside of the three-point line. Now Hannah Williams driving inside. No room for anything. This Millikin defense all over the place. Sanders is going to post up down low. The double team comes from Knudsen, and that's going to be a foul.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that the Thunder draw the foul here because there's really nowhere to go. Really good defense other than the foul by Millikin. Like you said, it didn't seem like wherever the ball went, whether it was on the perimeter or down low on that possession, there were just 2 or more Millikin players there. I think we've really seen them swarming on the defensive end throughout this game. Again, 5 steals in total in this one, 3 of them coming from Knudsen on her own.
And I do have to apologize. The name is pronounced Knudsen. Normally we would be able to get the pronunciations from the coaches, but for now we got to work with what we've got. But Knudsen having a strong game so far. Here come the Big Blue the other way. Made a couple of changes in that lineup. We see Brown back in. She's going to drive, get the short 2. No good, but the offensive rebound down low. And that's going to be a foul on Abby Ratch.
Yeah, you can see here a nice job getting her hands on the ball. Again, around 2 Thunder players. And just able to hold it tightly enough to draw the foul before it is ripped out of her hands.
Four-point lead here for Millikin. Stolen away by Schwen. This should be an easy 2. She's going to go the other way. Yep.
And that's one thing. We haven't seen any fast break points from the Thunder. That's their first of the game. They've had a couple fast breaks, but just haven't been able to capitalize. hopefully here something opens up for him after that nice steal by Schwen.
And that's going to be a foul. Ashlyn Sturdy. Nice little shifty move going inside.
Yeah, clear foul
wow,
there.
Yeah, that's just a late reaction.
But a really nice move to get around the defender on the outside and force Sanders to come up and foul. Just like that, the Thunder starting off this quarter on a 6-1 run. Make it 6-2, but still they've closed the gap here a little bit. Now it's just 4 points.
Brown is going to come up on Swider very quickly. Down low. Williams, another tough shot. This one won't roll into the basket. Ratch with the rebound. And now here's Sturdy.
Another good off-ball cut by Williams to get open on the last possession. That's what the Thunder need to do. If you can't move the ball when you've got it, great to get open without the ball and then put up a shot.
Only 6 seconds on the shot clock. Something's got to happen. It's Sturdy. And a long two there. Be no good, and it looked like even if they got the offensive rebound, didn't hit the rim anyway. Swider's going to carry it down the court. Over to Williams, wide open. That's a three-pointer from Hannah Williams.
Yeah, great sequence by the Thunder after a stop on the other end. Swider making a nice cross-court pass there. Again, that's one that's maybe a little dangerous from corner to corner, but able to just get it high enough that it's over the defender's hands. Williams wide open for the three-pointer.
Down low, Kaufman has it in the corner. Sturdy thinks about it. Over into the corner. Staton for three, no good. And Schwen, a smart play, throws it off of Brown. That's going to be Thunder ball as Castle checks back in for Taylor Sanders. And Wheaton just looking a little bit more alive in the second quarter. Cut the lead down to 1. They have a chance to take their first lead of the game on this possession.
Yeah, Millikin's led by as much as 9 points in that first quarter. The Thunder have yet to lead, but have a chance here.
Nice pass down low. Tate tries to rescue it. Can't quite get there.
Yeah, and that's a good pass. Again, Tate freeing herself up. Nice pass from the outside, just not able to handle that one, and it's out of bounds for another turnover from the Thunder.
Knudsen controlling up top. Now in the corner, that's Sturdy. Millikin swinging the ball around. Now a baseline drive. Great pass over to Knudsen. The physical play, and she's going to finish for 2.
Yeah, Knudsen's been the clear player of this one so far, up to 9 points there. Next one will put her in double figures, but with a rebound, a block to go along with it, she's been all over the floor on the offensive and defensive ends. Another tipped pass by Millikin will force the Thunder to reset.
And we're going to see Zoe Nordling check back into the game for Schwen. We haven't seen her since the first quarter. She had a great couple of minutes. As you said, coming on as a bit of a spark plug for this Thunder team.
We've talked a little bit about just the offensive woes of the Thunder here, but you've got to give a lot of credit to the Millikin defense as well. Not just, on the Thunder here for making unforced errors. Millikin's forced a lot of them in getting into the passing lanes and breaking up passes, as well as just playing really physically on the defensive end. So Big Blue looking good out there as, they really disrupted the rhythm of this Thunder offense. They seem to be getting it back now, but really were in control in that first half.
And the thing I really like about this Millikin defense is look at how high they're picking up their players. I mean, that's a foul on Hildebrand, so it'll be Thunder ball out of bounds, but you're going to see whoever takes this inbound. Yeah, look at Brown just coming all the way up almost to the halfway line. It's a really great tactic, especially if you have the players to pull it off, and the Big Blue clearly do.
And they've brought the speed and energy necessary.
And that's a bit of a miscommunication. Hannah Williams had time and a wide open shot. That's her second three of the game.
Yeah, I think she was a little surprised by how much time she had there. She expected a defender to come out, but no one showed. She collected herself, took another dribble, and put up the easy three.
And it seems like 2 seconds ago we were talking about how she had yet to score. She's now up to 8 points. That's good for the most on the Thunder team. Castle's going to get that rebound. Swider the other way. Thinks about the fast break, but she's going to slow it down. And another tough pass. Tate can't corral it. Miranda Fox over to Jasmine Brown. Brown has space. Corner three-pointer. Front rims it. But once again, Knudsen down low gets the offensive rebound, and then that's going to be a foul on the Thunder.
Yeah, Knudsen flying in, getting another rebound, but there's the rebound by Hildebrand, and the foul goes on Williams. First foul for her. Third team foul. Neither team really into any foul trouble at this point. For how physical the game's been, both teams just have one player with two, otherwise a couple players with one apiece.
At the line right now, Jordan Hildebrand, one of the two seniors on this team, 13 points against Carthage. In the last game out, she goes 1 for 2 there. Swider is met by Fox and Brown. And that pass nearly picked off by Staton. Williams is going to drive down low. Tough shot. No weak side rebound. Fox the other way. Brown thinks about the three. And now Knudsen. She's going to drive here on Williams. Nice step back. Two more for Knudsen.
That's an awesome move. Dribbles to the free throw line with the right hand. Puts it behind the back. Collects for the free throw line jumper. Once again, the Thunder close, but Millikin just able to put it a little bit out of reach.
Castle down low. Ball tipped away from her offensive rebound. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout by Millikin here as they have gone up by 3, mainly off of, I would say, the strong play of Knudsen.
Yeah, she's got 11 now. And here we're going to see it again. One dribble up behind the back, creates the space with Williams and puts it up uncontested. So in a first half that was dominated by runs, mostly by Millikin, or a first quarter, excuse me. Here in the second quarter, the Thunder started things out with a run of their own to really bring it within reach, but now it's another minute and 40 seconds that the Thunder have been scoreless. So they really need to just, again, get into a little bit more of a rhythm where they're not having these droughts of scoring like we're seeing here in this game. But, again, got to give credit to the Millikin defense for just really playing the disruptor here throughout the game. The Thunder hanging on, just 3 points behind now. They've had a couple times where they've came down the floor and they've had just needed to get a bucket to take the lead, whether it be by 1 or 2 points, but haven't been able to do so far. So it's been Millikin who's led for all 17 minutes of this one. They've got the ball as they come out of this timeout, look to extend it past 3.
And we've talked about turnovers a couple times. Wheaton doing a lot better in this quarter. 2 turnovers to 9 in the first quarter. But look at this, 15 points off turnovers for the Big Blue. So if you're Coach Matson, you're definitely not happy about that number. A lot of points that could simply be avoidable by just taking a little bit longer to find a better pass.
And not only has Wheaton, turned the ball over more, and they haven't been able to, control it as well. Millikin's gotten the 15 points off of that. Of all the turnovers that the Thunder have forced, they haven't been able to capitalize in that same way. Only 2 points off of Millikin's turnovers. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there, as they've had more turnovers themselves, and Millikin scored off of them, but they can't score off the ones that they force.
And that was Knudsen again with a 3-pointer. So 14 points in the game. She's just a freshman, so if you're a Millikin fan, you got to be excited about that. Williams driving down low on Brown. Puts the shot up, doesn't get the lucky bounce. Fox will bring it the other way. Set up high, driving down low. A nice little post move. That was Bailey Kaufman.
Yeah, Kaufman not getting off to quite the start that she did in the game earlier against Carthage, but still has 7 points in this one.
Williams takes the ball from Castle. And that one just falls right in. So 2 more for Hannah Williams. She's in double figures now with 10.
And Williams hasn't had all the success getting to the rim and really getting the layups to fall. That time she just stops short, puts up a short little jumper, and gets it to go.
Hildebrand gets 2, so now we're just seeing both of these teams trade points. Millikin has jumped up to an 8-point lead now, though. And we're going to see another jump ball. And 2 more Wheaton faces in. Taylor Sanders and Annie Tate re-enter the game. And now we'll have Miranda Fox of the Big Blue kick it over to Brown. Hildebrand, nice move under the basket, acrobatic, and 2 more for Millikin.
Yeah, able to just weave underneath the basket, got past her own player, and then was able to split the difference between the oncoming defender as well and put up really an acrobatic layup. Another jump ball down here just shows you, again, the intensity and physicality that this game has brought with it as both teams ready to dive on the floor. We've seen multiple changes of possession here throughout this one.
And at one point, Wheaton down just 1 point, but Millikin a 12-2 run in the last 3.5 minutes. With just over a minute left to go in this first half, we're going to get a foul on the inbound on Taylor Sanders.
Knudsen picks up the foul there as Millikin's got the 10-point lead now. That's her second foul. Of course, she leads the team. We've been saying her name a lot tonight, so don't want to see her getting into foul trouble if you're the Big Blue. Another foul comes in the corner. This one will be against Hildebrand.
And it looks like we'll be in the bonus here. Annie Tate. First one good from Tate. 6 points tonight.
The Thunder just 65% from the free throw line in that first game. Again, I think some of these things just come from being the first in couple games of the season. Of course, this season different than any other in the way that teams have had to prepare. So see a little bit of shooting woes or things like that. Maybe just a little rust being knocked off after a long time off the court for both teams. But the Thunder right now, 85% from the line, have only missed 1. So it looks like they've cleaned it up on that end just a little bit as they're in the bonus with a minute left here. Any added points they're able to get from fouls will, of course, be welcome as they still trail by 8.
We got some confusion down on the court. Not sure what about, but Wheaton, after that travel call, so a turnover for Millikin, they're going to have the chance to pick this ball up with 1:05 left to go in this first half. They're down by 8. But as you said, in the bonus, any foul would be really good for them right now. And out on the court right now for the Thunder, you got Tate, Nordling, Schwen, Sanders, and Zeller. So no Hannah Swider, no Hannah Williams. We haven't seen Swider in a little bit. She was subbed out a couple of minutes ago, and she's got 6 points tonight. Of course, led the Thunder in scoring against Augustana last week with 21.
We've seen now the referees head over to the scorers table, and now they're speaking with Millikin coach Lett. So we'll see what comes of this here. Didn't seem to be anything prior to the play that necessitated this. Looked like just a simple travel call, and then we had a stoppage as they look to figure something out. Well, so we'll see if we'll get an explanation. We don't always do, but looks like the ball will stay with the Thunder, so whatever it was here shouldn't affect things much. We don't have the number of fouls on the scoreboard changed at all either, so looks like that's just something that we aren't going to find out.
Zeller's going to the basket, and yep, there's that call. So an aggressive play from Bonnie Zeller gets her a chance for 2 more.
Yeah, a good drive by Zeller. Help shows up. Hildebrand gets there, and she's the one that's going to commit the foul, but it's just too late to really stop Zeller from getting that shot up. Like you said, Don, a nice aggressive take coming out of that stoppage. Hopefully leads to a couple points for the Thunder.
And we're going to see into the game for the first time Amelia Sniffen. And she checks in for Taylor Sanders, so chance for one more here. And that shot no good from Bonnie Zeller. Makes the second one. Knudsen will bring it up for the Big Blue. And Schwen playing some aggressive defense up top on the leading scorer of today's game, Knudsen. She's going to drive in, kick it out to Fox. Some nice help defense. You're going to see that ball get poked away. 12 seconds on the shot clock here for Millikin. 35 seconds left in the half. Here's Brown, Knudsen driving to the basket, gets a tough shot off. She's going to get the foul, go to the line for two.
They're going to call the foul on Schwen here, and I think it's there just the bump leaning on Knudsen a little bit. Knudsen, excuse me, as Tate thought the foul was getting called on her, but it goes against Schwen. So a couple chances here for Knudsen. She makes the first. Puts her up to 15 points on the day just here at halftime. Make it 16 as the Thunder now will functionally be able to hold for the final shot. Looks like maybe a half-second difference between the shot clock, and instead we see it thrown away.
And that's just what we were talking about. No real need to force that pass. About 25 seconds left on the shot clock, and now Millikin gets another chance. Brown thinks about the three. 7 seconds. Down into the corner. That's a three-pointer, no good. Schwein is going to come away with the rebound. Nordling brings it up, and there will be no shot to end the half, and that's how we will go into the locker room. Millikin 39, Wheaton 30 off of some strong play from Knudsen for the Big Blue.
Yeah, I think the story of this one so far is just the Thunder not able to really get things rolling, but have played at least well enough to keep things close. The Millikin Big Blue obviously rolling behind the play of Elise Knudsen here, as she's the only player on the team with double figures. She's got 16, a couple other players 5. We see Kaufman with 7. Over on the Thunder side, it's Hannah Williams who's got 10 points after a slow start for her. She's able to pour in 2 threes and then get a couple buckets as well to bring that total up to 10. She's the only double-digit scorer for the Thunder. Otherwise, we see Annie Tate with 7, Hannah Swider with 6, and then 4 players with 2 points or less for the Thunder. So scoring pretty spread out for both teams. Knudsen, obviously the one that's taken charge for the Big Blue. For the Thunder, it's a little more unclear, as Tate and Williams both up top of the scoring column for the Thunder. But I think in the second half, Don, we talked about it all first half, the Thunder just need to control the ball a little bit better. They did a much better job in the second quarter than they did in the first, like you said. 9 turnovers in that first quarter, just 3 here in the second, so able to limit that for sure, which paid off in the score. As you know, there was a chance there with the way that the Thunder were playing for Millikin to just continue to spread that lead, and they at least held it here. So it's at 9 currently. It could be much more than that at this point. But the Thunder haven't led, had a couple chances to bring it close, but just weren't able to get that final bucket to give them the lead. So they'll come out of the locker room with a 9-point deficit, looking for the chance to go ahead in this one.
Yeah, so we'll take a quick 10-minute break, but be sure to stick with us for the second half on Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
Recent Wheaton graduate Aston Francis receiving his Jostens Trophy, and Aston has obviously been kind of a whirlwind experience, I'm sure, but we unfortunately didn't have the trophy out here, but it's it's a hefty piece of hardware.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely extravagant. I'm very fortunate to be able to bring it back to Wheaton.
You've had a heck of a tour almost after the season wrapped up with the Bevo Francis Award and now this. What has the experience been like? Even take us through even the postseason run and then what that's been like after that wrapped up.
Yeah, no, it's just been great to be able to represent Wheaton College and my teammates and stuff. And the postseason experience with them was great. Just getting to experience the Final Four and things like that, and a couple more road trips with those guys. Creating memories that we won't forget for sure. And then after that, getting to meet some of the small college people I met at the Bevo Francis Award and the great people with the Jostens Award has been really cool just to meet them and get to network a little bit and, like I said, represent Wheaton.
So obviously everyone's familiar with 3 years you spent at Wheaton. What was it that really drew you to Wheaton coming after a first year at Tyler Junior College?
I think the faith-based institution is obviously the first thing that came to mind, and that was appealing to Wheaton. And the second thing was just very rigorous academics. So, wanted to challenge myself not only athletically, spiritually, and then also academically. And then the guys on the team, they just have magnetic personalities, guys you want to be around, want to do life with. That was one of the things Coach Schauer sold me on. These are guys that you're going to do life with. And so, I'm very fortunate and very happy that I chose that group of guys.
You committed to a team that was 5-20 the year before. Those guys stuck around. Some of them left. Those guys that stuck around got to finish in a Final Four. How special was it? You didn't get to experience necessarily the 5-20, but to see that from their vantage point, how you guys finished on such a high after they started their career on such a low.
Yeah, no, it was very rewarding, I know, for them, and it was cool for me to see because those guys have worked so hard over the past 3 years. So for them to be able to be out there and just experience that, some of the guys who maybe weren't out there as much as we would have liked them to been or they would have liked to be, is very cool for them to get to experience that and kind of come full circle because they did work so hard to get there.
What really sticks out to you from that postseason run? Because obviously, I'm sure everyone points to the 62 in the game winner late in the game against Marietta, but you guys had a pretty special run where you beat you had a talented team in Worcester. You had to beat on the road. You had to go through a very good Augustana team for the third time. What was there a moment that sticks out or that feels a little more special than the rest of them?
I think the Augie game was probably the most special. Obviously, personally, it was cool to have the Marietta game in the Elite Eight, but the Augie game will always stick out in my mind because everyone contributed. That's obviously a team we know well. We're going to have to play well to beat them. Packed house, at their place. It's a conference rival, but certainly not a conference game. So that will always stand out because we had just everyone contributed. Everyone played well. It was electric in the gym. So it was very special.
When do you? Most of us will never know what it's like to feel when you know you're on, like Marietta. When did you know that you had it that night? Was it when you pulled up from 27 in the first 5 minutes? Because I think you had 20 points in the bank in about 6 minutes there in that game.
I think so. Definitely had a heat check there where I pulled up, right near the volleyball line, and when I hit that, I was like, okay, I think we may be on to something here. So.
Now, what have you been doing? Obviously, you graduated in May. What's been the process since your graduation up until now?
So I had surgery for a stress fracture that I had actually during the season, trying to get that taken care of, and have just been rehabbing that, trying to get ready for a G League training camp with the Milwaukee Bucks here in about a month. So just working out and trying to make sure I'm 100% for that.
And obviously the Milwaukee Bucks, an organization you can feel some comfort with Tony Bellier in the front office. Definitely. And Artie Culver as the G League coach there for the Bucks team.
Oh yeah. No, definitely great to have some familiarity with those guys and be able to kind of lean on them through this process. So very fortunate to be able to have a chance with the Bucks.
Have you had a chance to kind of soak it all in? I mean, you obviously had the surgery right after, but did you get a chance afterwards to just kind of look back and say, man, that was really appreciate what you guys were able to do?
Definitely. We had a wedding actually this summer of a teammate, Trevor Gunner, who also graduated last year, and getting together with mostly the seniors, but some of the guys on the team. We just kind of got to sit back and be like, man, this was really cool that we were able to accomplish this as a group. So I've had a little bit of time to reflect on it, and it is really cool what we were able to to accomplish.
Well, Aston, thanks for taking some time to join us here. Congratulations again on the Jostens Trophy. And again, if you're in the Krauser Sports Complex, the Jostens Trophy is a beautiful piece of hardware, and it'll be on display. I think we might have to build a sturdier trophy case, because I think what we have now, that thing's going to take down. That is a hefty piece of hardware.
Definitely.
Again, Aston Francis joining us here during the halftime break after receiving his Jostens Trophy during the halftime break.
Thanks, Rusty. I appreciate it.
Be inspired as you seek to make a difference in the lives of children as an elementary, middle, or high school teacher.
Be challenged by a strong academic program that prepares you for the leadership skills needed to lead a classroom.
Be equipped with the strategies and tools from experienced professors in a program that boasts a 100% passing rate for all licensure exams.
Be inspired to lead others to the Christian faith as professional English language teachers serving across the globe.
Be challenged as you dive deep into learning about other cultures while understanding how to create the bridge between English and the native language of your students.
Be equipped as you gain valuable skills and lessons from leading researchers and teachers in the field who have decades of experience and whose work spans 6 continents.
Welcome back to King Arena here on the campus of Wheaton College. If you're just joining us here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, we're about to start the second half of this women's basketball conference matchup between the Wheaton Thunder and the Millikin Big Blue. Big Blue controlling in the first half, currently up 39-30, but Wheaton coming out of that locker room looked pretty good in warm-ups, so we'll see what happens. I'm Don Crowder here with Abram Erickson bringing to you live commentary of this game.
Yeah, and Don, one thing that, you know, after getting to take a look at the stats in the first half that stuck out was, again, we talked about how the Thunder played much better in that second quarter, and, you know, there was a 9-point deficit after the first quarter. Millikin was up 19-10. Since then, both teams scored 20 points in the second quarter. That's why we're at 39-30 right now. So the Thunder, you know, playing better in that second quarter, able to, you know, match scoring with Millikin, really beat for beat. And that's the kind of tale of this one, is how, you know, the Thunder didn't play well in the first quarter, played better in the second. They're still in this game. Whereas on the Millikin end, they've been pretty just, you know, steady the whole way. 19 points in the first quarter, 20 points in the second quarter, 7 for 16 shooting in the first quarter, 7 for 16 shooting in the second quarter. Just able to really stay pretty steady throughout, despite, you know, the defensive pressure that the Thunder have put on. And, you know, even though they didn't force as many turnovers in that second half as they did in the first, they were still able to get their baskets. And, you know, as they come out here, look at that, already a steal.
And that was the story of the game in the first half. Brown, what a great pump fake. Can't quite make the layup to go. And we're going to have another jump ball. And so that's another story of the first half, Abram. We saw a lot of those down low. And just like you said, right off the bat, notice how high Millikin is playing their defensive line. They get rewarded with the ball back. Jasmine Brown kicks it over to Knudsen. Elise Knudsen from three. She's got it.
Oh, my goodness. Knudsen comes out in the second half here with another three-pointer. Gives her 19 points now in this one, and that's just not a series you like to see for the Thunder. Turn the ball over once you start with possession in the second half, and then give up a three.
Annie Tate down low. Nice move. 2 more for the Thunder.
Yeah, it's a nice move under the basket. She was almost too far underneath to put up a shot, but one dribble gets back underneath the hoop with some space to put it up, and no one there. Tate finishes easy too.
Fox will drive in, finds Knudsen. Knudsen trips herself up, but she's still got it. Guarded by Williams. Cross-court pass. In the corner, this is Staten. To Fox. Fox for three. That one's good from Miranda Fox.
And one thing I noticed that's different in the mentality between the Thunder and the Big Blue is that look at how intense the Big Blue have been playing defense. Look at how tight they are here on the Thunder players, as Williams drops in a nice two there. But on the defensive end for the Thunder, they're giving Millikin plenty of space to work. on the previous possession, Knudsen almost lost the ball, but Williams didn't step in and even put a hand in there. Just, you see her hounding her a little bit more now, but really willing to give up more space to these Millikin players than Millikin is willing to give the Thunder.
Cross court, Fox again from the corner. That one too long. And Hannah Swider will come up with the rebound. Had a relatively quiet first half. And comes down the lane, gets a quick 2 in transition.
Yeah, and that's what we want to see. Williams and Swider heating up here at the beginning of this second half. Both have a bucket apiece, and Williams now with 12. That's Swider's 6th point. Want to see both of them really pour it in here in the second half.
And that one rattled home from Aubrey Staton in the corner. So a couple threes early on for the Big Blue, and they've jumped up to a 12-point lead, their largest of the night. We'll see a quick timeout from Coach Madsen of the Thunder, and Millikin really hot coming out of the gates.
Yeah, and this is just a part of the game that they didn't really do real well in the first half, and that's shoot the three. In the first half, they had 28.6% from the three-point line in the first quarter, 16.7% in the second quarter, and just like that, now they're 3 for 4. They've made just as many three-pointers here in the first 2.5 minutes of this half that they did in the first half, and that's on half as many tries. So Millikin just coming out with the hot hand here. We've seen the Thunder able to score, much easier here in this half than they did in the first. They're good 4 out of 5 on their last field goals, so promising to see the Thunder able to put the ball in the basket as well. But Millikin just outpacing them with threes at this point have opened up the lead even further. It's now the largest of the game.
And I think we're seeing a big difference in how help defense is being played by both of these teams. When Millikin kind of finds their help defense, we're seeing a lot of double teams. We're seeing a lot of press, but Wheaton sagging off a little bit, trying to cut passing lanes, and so that's giving a little bit more space. And that's why those threes are coming. And look, you can see right here, look at how tight the Big Blue are. And that double team comes. And we'll get a charge here called by Andy Tate, and the Millikin bench erupting. Lots of passion over there from the visitors.
Yeah, and that's just the tail of the tape so far. It's undoubtedly Millikin who's had the most energy in this one. That's come up. They've drawn 3 charges now in this one. Wheaton hasn't had the chance to yet. Jump balls, getting on the ground. Really scrappy play from the Big Blue.
Another 3 in the corner. That one will not get a good bounce. And it looks like Wheaton player had possession of the ball there, but maybe their foot was on the line. So the Big Blue will inbound this one. Natalie Snyder to take it out down low. She looks for Knudsen, can't find her. And a nice pump fake gets Taylor Sanders. And Sanders comes crashing in.
Yeah, not a good contest by Sanders there as she leaves her feet and goes right into the shooter as, now she'll head to the line.
I really like that play by Ratch, just knowing that it's sort of normal to get an inbounds pass and take a shot right away. She put up a nice pump fake and then was able to get the 3-point play.
It's now a 15-point lead for Millikin. It just continues to grow. And look at that's great defense from Millikin, is able to come down and just get hands on the ball without fouling. There was a double team. Sanders trying to back down against a defender in the post. Another Millikin defender just able to leave their player and get hands on the ball, reach in. It'll stay with the Thunder, of course, but it switches the possession arrow.
And there you go, Hannah Swider down low. She does have a bit of a size mismatch on Jasmine Brown. She's got a couple of inches. We've seen her down low a couple times in this game using some post moves. A little bit of positivity for the Thunder here. As now Brown thinks about the three-pointer. That was a very long 2, though. Her foot was over the line. And Castle just can't come up with the ball. And it's going to go off of a Millikin player.
That's not a pretty defensive possession, not a pretty offensive one either for Millikin, but the Thunder able to wrestle that ball away from Big Blue control, and any stop that they get at this point is good to just really stop the bleeding as Millikin continues to pull out. They just need to capitalize on the offensive end.
Annie Tate in the corner. She's going to hit that three. Very nice shot. She's had a couple of those in this game, but the lead is still in double digits. It's at 10. Jasmine Brown coming over. Ball is kicked to Bailey Kaufman. That's a tough shot. It'll front rim. And Castle will come up with the rebound. Lily Schwen is picked up at half court by Sturdy. Now Annie Tate kicks it over to Williams. Seeing a little bit more energy from the Thunder. That's another shot and another foul. Williams will go to the line for two.
Yeah, and Williams, just nice job here using her body to get to the hole. She just backs down on the outside, makes a nice spin move, and draws the help defense, but goes into the contact. Doesn't get the ball up to near the rim, but enough for two shots and a chance to add some points for the Thunder. Cut the lead to single digits.
First one will go for Williams. And she'll go 2 for 2. She was 1 for 2 against Augustana. And now we'll see a quick substitution. Number 21 for the Thunder will come on. That's Anna Mooney.
We saw Anna Mooney for 2 minutes early in the first half. She's back now. And just another incredible shot from Elise Knudsen. She knew she was shooting that one the entire time. Ball came into her on the wing, and there was no hesitation as she put that one up. She's got a smile on her face down on the court now. She just knows everything's dropping for her. She's got 19 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 2 3-pointers to go along with it. And yeah, she's just been by far the best player in this one on both teams.
Spider nearly falls into that double team. She kicks it over to Williams, thinks about the three, moves over to the left and off balance, able to hit it.
Yeah, that's a great answer by Williams. That three, much higher degree of difficulty than the wide open one that Knudsen had on the other end. Little step back to the left side, frees up Williams to drop in her third three of the night.
And we sometimes see that from Williams. She takes a normal shot and she just has to add a little bit of flair to it, but the good thing is she usually makes it. Down low, Fox in trouble, and we'll see a timeout called here from Millikin.
And that's a good defensive possession by the Thunder right there. Cutting off passing lanes, stopping Elise Knudsen when she had the ball there. She tried to drive in there on the left side, but the Thunder threw up a wall on defense, drew some help over to the other side, forced her to kick it out again. Millikin going to take the timeout, and the lead been cut now to 8. The Thunder really on a roll in terms of getting the ball to go. 5 out of 6 in their last 6 3-pointers. That stretches back to the first half, but 7 of 8 of their last field goals. So really they've cut this lead from 15 points just about 2.5 minutes ago. Now it's all the way down to 8. Really nice run here by the Thunder to try to close that gap just a little bit.
Staten will take this ball out. For Millikin, she finds Knudsen immediately. Nice little move by Knudsen, acrobatic to the rim. 2 more for Elise Knudsen.
Yeah, an incredible finish. She not only split the defender, but she really manipulated the ball in the air, switched it over to her right hand for a nice finger roll finish over the front of the rim from the left side.
Some contact in the middle. Some space opens up. Castle, contested shot, tries to go for the offensive rebound, can't quite get it. And now Knudsen the other way. Oh, and down low, that was Hildebrand wide open. But now Fox drives in. Staten cross court to Fox. 10 on the shot clock. Hildebrand tries to put one up, no good. And Tate will corral the rebound. Here's Tate the other way. Finds Williams in the corner, and look at all of the Millikin players coming in for that help defense. They can't stop Castle down low, though. She's going to get an offensive rebound. 2 more points for Wheaton.
And a good drive by Williams, but Castle there just to clean it up off the glass. Held the ball high overhead, never brought it down, and just an easy putback.
A quick foul down low. We'll see on the replay. Hildebrand just had position there on Castle.
Yeah, really good seal on Castle by Hildebrand. there was no chance if Hannah Williams didn't come over and commit that foul. That was an easy 2 points there for Hildebrand.
And Hildebrand, a relatively quiet day for her. 13 points and 8 rebounds against Carthage in that win. She's only got 5 points tonight. Make that 6. And again, one of the 2 seniors on this team. She'll go 1 for 2 from the line, but chasing down the rebound. That was Natalie Schneider. She gave it up, though. Williams the other way. Ball is tipped. And that could have been maybe a charge, but it was a travel first on Mooney. And now we'll see Zoe Nordling into the game for the first time in this second half. Brown into the center. Here's Schneider. Over to Fox. Now Knudsen has the hot hand. She gives it up, though, to Brown. Brown with a nice move down low. Fox thinks about the three-pointer. Pump fake. Airballs that shot. And then we'll see, not really sure what that signal was for. Yeah, foul, okay. It's a foul on Hannah Swider.
Swider draws the foul from Snyder there, and that's her second of the game that she'll pick up. 3 minutes to go now in the third quarter.
Mooney collects down low. Foot was on the line. And a little bit of frustration there. That's a tough turnover to give up, but the lead still at 9. So we came into this second half with a Millikin lead of 9. And now after about 7 minutes of play, it's at 9 still. Ball is passed around outside. Brown has it at the top of the key. She'll go in on Swider, get the tough shot up, and she'll get the foul.
Yes. We see Brown here real quick, just makes a couple hesitation moves and then gets to the lane. Swider, not much protest on the foul call there. Pretty clear that got her across the arm on the shot.
First one good from Jasmine Brown. So she goes 2 for 2, her first 2 points of the night. And she'll meet Swider at half. So that's what we're talking about. Immediate pickup on the defensive end. And now Swider picks the ball up. Knudsen trying to go for it. And Castle gets a good look. Nothing but net on the baseline jumper.
We've seen Castle take a couple of those short corner jumpers. This is the first one she's got to go, and a steal by Swider.
Nice composure by Hannah Swider. Down low and a quick 4 points, and now suddenly the lead's at 7.
Certainly a mismatch here on the outside. Castle has switched on to Brown.
Heads up play by Nordling, another steal for Wheaton. Here comes Zoe Nordling the other way, and one for Zoe Nordling.
Yeah, and look at this. Nordling, she's got 2 people chasing her. Knows she's probably going to get hit here. Gets it across the head, it looks like, but able to get it to go with the left hand. Great finish off the steal, and really just nice presence of mind on the defensive end. Brown was caught there, and really Nordling just kind of swooped in and picked the ball away. Started a fast breaker of her own and has cut this lead to 6 with a chance to bring it to 5. Or excuse me, at 5 with a chance to bring it to 4.
And just interesting of note, that's Knudsen's 3rd foul, so obviously the best player on either side of the court in this game. You don't want her getting in foul trouble if you're Millikin. Still in the game, though, for the Big Blue. As now Fox will find it in the corner. Drives in, down low to Hildebrand. Hildebrand puts the shot up. She gets the foul. And Nordling not happy about that one.
There's certainly some contact here, though. It looks like Nordling gets a piece of Hildebrand's right arm as she brings it through. She had ball first, but I think a good call by the referee. Hildebrand to the line.
So Hildebrand back to the line. First one goes in. And again, you can just tell there's no noise coming from any fans in the stand because there are no spectators allowed here in King Arena. And 2 for 2 from the line. We'll put that lead now to 6.
Both teams who shot well from the free throw line. Maybe as a result, 83% for the Thunder, 80% for the Big Blue.
Nordling throws it away. Now the other way, it's Staton. Down low to Hildebrand. Nice post move. Can't get the shot to go. Castle has the ball ripped away from her by Ratch, and then a long three-pointer. Annie Tate scoops up the long rebound. Here comes Tate the other way, cross court. Bonnie Zeller in the corner. That's good from Bonnie Zeller.
Nice job by Zeller. She fills the lane on the fast break and has the presence of mind when she sees Tate to come in the middle to fade out into the corner to make that a three-point try, and cuts the lead now to 3.
Knudsen looking dangerous. Gives it up to Ratch. Now Staton driving in, throws up the wild shot, and that one will be judged to go off of Hildebrand last.
And they're going to switch the call. Looks like the other referee came over and had a better angle at it, so it'll stay here with 38 seconds to go with the Big Blue, 10 on the shot clock.
Quick pass over to Knudsen. 7 on the shot clock. Here's Staton the other way. Down low, pass thrown away. Nordling comes up with the steal, and she'll settle down. Try and set up a little bit of an offense here. Annie Tate goes in, nice move, and an easy layup for 2 more. The lead has now been cut to 1.
One of the rare times that the Millikin Big Blue help defense doesn't show up. Tate gets past the first defender and no one there on her way to the rim.
Knudsen will try and get this last shot, puts it up, blocked. Smacked forward by Mooney, but you can't get the rebound. And Staton, that's a 2-pointer, and that's going to be short anyway. And so what a late quarter surge by the Thunder. 10-2 run in the last 2 minutes of that quarter. Lead is now at 1.
Yeah, just a great job by the Thunder to bring it back. We talked how they were down 9 after the first quarter, down 9 still after the second quarter, and just like that, the lead of Millikin evaporates here in the third quarter as the Thunder able to outscore the Big Blue by 8 here as we head into the fourth quarter. Just 10 minutes to play in this one, and this is certainly a new ball game. The Thunder still haven't led. Of course, they're down by 1. During the second quarter, again, there were a couple times where the Thunder had the chance to pull ahead, weren't able to. We'll see if they come out here and are able to finally just get over the hump and get the lead. But really, Millikin, after having been in control the whole game, really this is the time where the Thunder have had them on the ropes the most, I think. The Thunder looking good on offense, making some defensive steals as well, and really just looking to make this a game in the last 10 minutes. If we want to mention as well, over on the other side of things, of course, with this modified CCIW schedule, men's and women's teams playing the same team on the same night, just at the opposite location. So we've got Millikin versus Wheaton women here at home in King Arena. The Thunder men face off against the Big Blue men at Millikin. Currently that game, 63-42, big lead for the Thunder with 11:50 to go in the second half. They're up 21. Seems to be pretty well in hand over there.
And just with that modified schedule, we see only conference games just as a result of that, which is really a bummer because conference games are where the stadium usually gets loud. That's where a lot of fans tend to show up because of the locality of the teams. So it's a little bit too bad that we weren't able to get this conference-only schedule in a season where we were allowed to have fans. We saw Annie Tate with the quick 2-point answer there. And now a steal from Williams. The Thunder could get their first lead here. Williams, calm as you like, all the way to the basket. And now it's 64-63, Wheaton on top.
And just like that, Hannah Williams now up to 19 points. It's really been Williams and Tate in that third quarter. Williams with 19, Tate with 16. They've led the way for the Thunder. Although a really nice move down low and a chance for a three-point play for Millikin.
And that was Abby Ratch, who's had a pretty great game so far. We saw her limp off the court earlier, but thankfully she's back in. Doesn't seem to be slowed down too much. And it's up and good for the three-point play. And now Millikin back in the lead again. Swider is picked up at half court. Sanders a high screen. She's going to roll, but Swider cannot find her. Now Swider's going to take it herself.
Looks like we see a foul before the shot. We'll see where it comes in. Swider trying to just gain the corner here, and I think it's there. Just a little bit of a hip check on defense.
The Thunder trying to go for that pick and roll, but the Big Blue are doing such a great job of cutting it out. Oh, and Annie Tate had her man down low. Does not matter. Hannah Swider step back two.
Game tied back up. Swider with 14 points. Now there's 3 Thunder players in double figures.
Knutson will try the three and hit another one.
And wow, that's 24 points now for Knutson.
And we're going to see a turnover on the inbounds. Heads up play there from Ashlyn Sturdy. Another jump ball. And we'll get a timeout here by Millikin.
We've talked about Knutson all night. She had a good game in the first game against Carthage, but really the big difference between this game and that game is that her shots are falling tonight. She's 4 for 5 from behind the arc, whereas in the game against Carthage, she was just 2 for 8 from three-point land. So able to get those long shots to go. Those have contributed well to her 27 points in this one. She's 10 for 13 from the field, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. It just seems like everything she's putting up is going in. Only missed 3 shots all night.
She'll get the inbound here. Struggling to find someone to go to. She finds Sturdy. Down low, nice move by Hildebrand. Couldn't get the finish. Taylor Sanders is going to get called on the foul. I believe that's her 4th. Down low.
Yeah, it is. And that foul comes after that ball just barely rims out from Hildebrand. That's one where you feel like you can't even fault the player. It just didn't want to go in. It seemed halfway down before it popped back out, but causes Sanders to pick up her 4th after the ball came down off the rim and the rebound came to Hildebrand.
Knutson once again is able to find the inbounds pass. Snyder gives it up to Ratch in the corner. Now is Sturdy. Ratch up top. Drives in, physical move, nice play. And that one off of Abby Ratch as she tried to get her own offensive rebound. It'll be Wheaton ball the other way.
And the Thunder have a dangerous 5 out on the floor now with Swider, Williams, and Tate. Along with, we've got Castle, who's got 4 rebounds to go with her 4 points. And then Schwen, who we've seen do well on the defensive end. She actually leads the team with 5 rebounds from the guard position.
And there you go, Annie Tate down low again. She is listed as a guard, but she scored a lot in the paint today. Now quick double team. Hildebrand is left wide open. Can't capitalize on the open shot. And Williams comes up with the ball, but is fouled before she can do anything else.
Yeah, ball bounces right to Swider, and then you just see the 2 arms come down of Abby Ratch. So a clear foul there. Both teams with 2 fouls here in this quarter. Of course, need to get to 5 to reach that bonus threshold. So we'll see here if either team gets in. That, of course, would be advantage in the late game.
Castle almost sets the screen on Schwen. Schwen's going to get a wide open floater. Not enough power, but a late foul call. And Schwen will go to the line for 2.
And I think Schwen here maybe could have taken it another step, although you see Hildebrand coming up to provide some defense. She opts to go for the floater, and she'll head to the line for 2. Couldn't quite get the floater to go, though. Still has the chance to give the Thunder the lead if she makes both.
We'll see Bonnie Zeller back into the game for Hannah Swider. As the shot goes up from Schwen, it is good. She's only got 2 points in this game, but 5 rebounds and 3 assists, both of those team highs. And she'll go 2 for 2. And now we'll see Fox the other way for Millikin. Brown looking to set something up. Corner play, here's Fox driving in. Fakes the spin move. Brown is going to get the close 2. Hildebrand comes up with the offensive board. Blocked down low by Castle. Now Schwen. Thunder are up by 1. Hannah Williams wide open in the corner. That's a mistake, and she capitalizes. 3 more for Hannah Williams.
And she's 4 for 4 from behind the arc. Williams shooting at even better clip than Knudsen over on the Big Blue side. And now she's got 22 points.
Seen a couple of cross-court passes from the Big Blue. Now Wheaton playing a little bit more intensely than they maybe were in that first half, but we'll see a foul before the shot.
Here's Knudsen again, just going to work. Schwen's going to hit her with the hand there for the foul. Of course, Knudsen gets it to drop anyway, but basket will not count as foul came before the shot. A 4-point lead for the Thunder is their largest of the game, of course.
Brown is able to get it to Knudsen. Nice crossover, but dribbles it. I believe that was off the foot of Mooney. Now 18 seconds on the shot clock here for the Big Blue. And you have to imagine it's going right to Elise Knudsen. There it is. Down low, Hildebrand does a great job collecting that, but then throws it away. And they'll say it was tipped. Out of bounds, just 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, an ambitious entry pass into Hildebrand as she was really surrounded by 3 Thunder players, but was able to go up and get it. Although when she tried to pass it out to Brown, just off balance, forces an errant pass.
Fox, 4 on the shot clock. Ball is stripped away by Mooney. Mooney thinks about the fast break, dishes it off to Bonnie Zeller. Nice spin move from Zeller. And Zeller had a wide open Castle but couldn't find her. Now we'll see another jump ball.
Yeah, a really nice move by Zeller. It looked like she was just, didn't see anything down low, was content to bring it back up top, turned the shoulders, then just lightning quick, spun back over that right shoulder to free up some space and get to the hoop. Castle was open on the other block. Zeller misses the shot and Castle can't hang on to it for a rebound. It's instead a jump ball.
And Castle is going to let that one go out of bounds. Nice play from Hildebrand to tip it away. You know, Wheaton still has possession. They have a 4-point lead. They can jump out to their highest lead of the night with a score on this possession. And a couple more seconds here. Some confusion maybe between some of the officials, but Andy Tate will collect. Bonnie Zeller gets some space, gets the shot off, no good. Castle fighting for the rebound. Surrounded by players, gets it up, no good. Mooney, another offensive rebound. And now Tate.
Looks like the shot clock didn't get reset, so we hear the referee blowing the whistle. Ball will stay with the Thunder, but the shot clock will be dropped down to 16.
So now a little less time for the Thunder. After a couple of offensive rebounds, Williams is able to get it to Zeller. Tate is fighting for position down low, but Williams is going to take it herself and get the and one off the hook shot.
And those are plays that we've been used to seeing Hannah Williams make. She just, especially in the first half, couldn't get some of those layups to go, but has really heated up throughout this game. Gets that one to drop, heads to the line. 24 points now, a chance to make it 25 and extend this Thunder lead up to 7. Thunder have led for only 2 minutes in this game, whereas Millikin has led for 30. But of course, it's only who's leading at the end that matters, and the Thunder streaking ahead at just the right time.
And what hustle there from Annie Tate to keep that alive. It was Castle who swatted it into her direction, but now Hannah Williams once again. And the same type of shot goes in. Off the glass, off balance, does not matter. for Hannah Williams. We'll see a call down low. Not sure what that was about.
Looks like a foul on Zeller here as she kind of puts her hand around the back. You can see there of Sturdy. Just 2 hands on. We'll get the foul called here.
Big Blue will play it safe. Get it over to Knudsen. Knudsen drives in. She's had a couple of quiet minutes. She started the quarter off with a quick 3, but now driving in, gets a shot blocked by Castle. And Hildebrand, I think when she was jumping out, maybe started her jump when her foot was on the line. Now we'll see the Thunder with the ball. And they have an 8-point lead in this game. That's their largest of the night with just under 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Nice crossover from Hannah Williams. Dishes it over to Mooney, thinks about the shot. Instead gets it low to Tate. Lots of contact back to Tate. Physical play, gets the foul. 2 more shots.
Yeah, and Annie Tate just tenacious down there on the block. She had it almost stripped away from her the first time, then she calls for it right back again when she gets a little space. Plenty of body contact there is cause for the foul, but shot doesn't quite drop. It's an 8-point lead for the Thunder with 4.5 minutes to go with Tate at the line for 2 shots.
First one no good from Tate. We just saw Hannah Swider check back into the game for the Thunder. Now Annie Tate, second one is good. And as well for Millikin, Miranda Fox back into the game. She'll take out Ashlyn Sturdy. Knudsen brings the ball up. We haven't seen that too often in this game. She usually wants to get it later on in the possession, but she's able to dish it over, and that 3-point attempt no good from Snyder. These last couple of minutes have been all Wheaton.
It's a 12-0 run in the last 4 minutes to be exact.
Tate cross court, and that's not going to find Castle. Bit of an errant pass. We also haven't seen too many of those in the past couple minutes, but first turnover for Wheaton in a little bit. And that is going to be a travel. Yep, good call from the referee, from Abby Ratch.
And now we see Millikin in one of those scoreless droughts that they have not been accustomed to in this one. 4 minutes and 37 seconds without scoring, and especially at the end of a game here, that's going to take its toll. As Thunder have been able to work their way up to now a 9-point lead, their largest of the game with 3:48 to go. And really after taking the lead just a couple minutes ago, they haven't looked back as they've continued to extend it. And now just need to hold on for a couple more minutes here in this one.
And I think we're seeing a little bit more composure from Wheaton down the stretch, which is definitely typical of a Thunder team. Came into the start of this game a little bit frantic, threw away a couple of passes. You know, we talked about 9 turnovers in the first quarter, but a lot more composed now, looking like a much more experienced team. And now they have the 9-point lead, which they really have not had a huge lead all night. And so playing in a little bit of an unfamiliar territory, looking to protect this lead rather than score more points.
Yeah, this is the point in the game where ball security is the most important, and that's something that the Thunder have struggled with in this game with no doubt. Obviously, they had a ton of turnovers in the first half. They've cleaned it up here in the second, but they've still got 20 on the game. You definitely want to cut it down. You don't want that many turnovers no matter what. So here in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds, it's just going to be important to not throw the ball away, not give Millikin easy chances on pointless turnovers.
And a 3-pointer from Hannah Williams. That's 5 for 5 on the night for the senior.
And we've now got a new leading scorer as she passes up Elise Knudsen, who's been quiet for the last couple minutes, along with the entire Millikin team.
And a quick 3 to answer from Fox, as we saw the assist from Knudsen. And now we're Going to see a foul. That's going to be on Snyder. And that's going to send Schwen to the line.
Schwen has been to the line once tonight. She's 2 for 2.
You make that 4 for 4. So 6 points on the night for the freshman Lily Schwen. And the big blue will look the other way. Hildebrand gets a look down low. She's going to find the layup. We've seen a lot of her in this second half. She's had a pretty good showing. Double-digit scoring for her now with 10. Swider almost loses it. Able to recover into the corner. Now Annie Tate stripped by Ratch, who knows that she was stepped out of bounds, but still heads up play from the sophomore. And Williams will take this inbound. We're seeing some of the officials discuss something. It looks like nothing to it. Ball into Tate. Tipped away. Knutson's going to come up with it. Down the other way is Knutson. Nice finish. Avoiding the contact and putting it up. 2 more for Millikin.
Yeah, and just something we've seen all game long from the Millikin defense, and particularly from Elise Knutson. Great on the steal, great on the fast break.
Offensive foul here. A little bit more momentum coming for the Big Blue. 7-point lead now for Wheaton. Just over 2 minutes left to go here in King Arena.
And that was an off-the-ball offensive foul on Williams as she just tried to make some space for herself.
Add that 2 more. That's Snyder. And now the Big Blue starting to heat up. Swider's going to take this all the way, coast to coast. And she answers with 2 as Coach Matson calls a timeout.
And this is a great take by Swider, just going coast to coast. You know, I think what Coach Matson is going to have to say in the huddle here, if I had to venture a guess, would be that, you know, albeit that was a great drive by Swider, two points that were well needed after 4 straight points by Millikin, the Thunder don't have to rush at this point. They've been down all game and have needed to claw their way back, but now that they're in the lead, of course you don't want to get complacent. 2 minutes is still a long time and a lot can happen. But this is a time where it's okay to milk the clock. And on the offensive side, make some good passes. Make sure you aren't getting too out of control. Make sure you're not going to throw the ball away. This is the time of all to be the most composed. This is the time where you've got the lead in the game with just 2 minutes to go. So I think slowing it down and just keeping your cool is going to be the key for the Thunder in these last couple minutes.
Yeah, and you can take up to 30 seconds on your possession. That's a lot of time in a 2-minute game. That's a nice dish off to Abby Ratch.
Yeah.
Millikin unstoppable in the last couple minutes.
Nifty little pass after Rash makes the cut around Hildebrand.
And so there you go. Schwen maybe had the lane there, but she's going to stop and pull it back. That's a smart move. Now Williams does the same thing, but she's caught. Throws it away. Swider's open in the corner. Gets up the 3. That's good from Hannah Swider.
Yeah, and see, that's a possession where you take 15 seconds off the clock, which again, in a game with 2 minutes, 15 seconds is a long time. A turnover here from Millikin gives the ball back to the Thunder. If they can cut 15, 20 more seconds off in this possession, that gets us down below a minute. And, you know, with an 8-point lead, that puts that game even more out of reach. So you just like to see the Thunder stay composed during these last couple minutes and really just work the ball around. You saw it, like you mentioned, down a couple players, Schwen and Williams, pull it out when they had a chance to go, and finally didn't take the shot until Swider had one that was wide open.
Seeing a full court press now from Millikin. That ball is swatted away, but unable to be controlled from Hildebrand. Hannah Williams once again will take the ball out. She'll find Schwen. Schwen in trouble. And that's going to be a foul called on Fox. That's a big foul right there.
And that'll be one that'll send the Thunder to the line. And so they reach the bonus here, and while there's only a minute left, we all know how much fouling can take place in the last minute here. Both teams will be in the bonus, so things could certainly stretch out. And again, with the Thunder in the lead, that probably plays to the advantage of Millikin here. The Thunder got to be careful not to foul, especially not to pick up any unnecessary fouls or leave any chances at three-point plays.
So Schwen, perfect on the night, goes 0 for 2 right there. And an 8-point lead now for the Big Blue. Fox is going to drive in. Finds Hildebrand down low. Hildebrand's been so deadly all night long, and there you go, 2 more. On the and 1.
And that's a situation, I think, where, Castle's just a little out of position. She clearly fouls her there, but, in an 8-point game with less than a minute left, I think at that point you either have to let that one go as an easy 2 points or get enough contact with the ball or with the body to make sure that shot doesn't go in. You've got to prevent a 3-point play. Castle not able to do it there, and, Millikin can cut the lead to 5 here if Hildebrand's good from the line.
Shot isn't good. Knudsen right up. Playing some defense, and Swider is able to get past the half-court line. And just look at how intense this pressure is from the Big Blue. We're going to see a foul by Abby Ratch on Annie Tate. And I'll send her to the line.
Look at what Tate does there. She knows she's got some space. She knows she has Rash on her back. She comes forward, makes herself a big target, outstretches her hand, uses her body to shield Rash away. Rash has no choice but to reach around and foul Tate if she wants to do anything to break up that pass.
And front rim. Oh for 2 again for the Thunder. That's 0 for 4 on their last 4 attempts in these past couple of seconds as Knudsen drives the other way. Fox for a big 3-pointer. That one no good. Offensive rebound by Ratch. And she'll be fouled. Not sure if that was before or after, or excuse me, before or during the shot. She'll go to the line. I guess it doesn't matter either way because they are in the bonus.
Ratch just strong on the rebound there as she's able to corral it over 2 Thunder players. This Millikin team that's controlled so long certainly not going to go down without a fight as it's a 5-point lead now with 25 seconds to go. That was Hannah Williams' 4th foul, excuse me. With 25 seconds, it may not come into play, but of course one more will send her to the bench.
That second one's no good, but on the offensive rebound chance, what a play from Hildebrand. She's able to throw it off the leg of a Wheaton player and keep possession for Millikin. This is a big possession right here for the Big Blue. Here's Brown. Finds Knudsen. Step back 3 from Knudsen. Short. Rebound falls to Swider. Swider tries to rip free, but good job getting that jump ball.
Millikin's been so good at that all game long. Anytime the Thunder bring down a rebound, whether it be on the offensive or the defensive end, Millikin's got their hands in there trying to rip it away. Most of the time it's come out as a jump ball rather than a foul.
Castle comes over and tries to knock it away from Hildebrand, but a good foul call down low. Only 10.8 seconds left to go. Wheaton is still up by 5.
Hildebrand has 12 points on the night, 4 for 7 from the free throw line. Neither team down the stretch has been very good from the line. The Thunder, like you mentioned, Don, missed the last 4, and after being at about 80% shooting just in the last couple minutes, that's dipped now to 65% as Hildebrand misses both.
Now Hannah Williams the other way will get a chance for some free throws of her own. 9.7 seconds now in the game. It's still a 2-possession game that Wheaton is leading here at King Arena. And Williams, 29 points, is tied with Knudsen for the title of lead scorer in this game. And there you go. That's that senior leadership. Knocks down her first crucial free throw, puts it at 6 points. One more will take it to a 3-possession game.
And that's 30 points in this game for Hannah Williams. That's nothing to sneeze at, especially after the first quarter that she had. Really just means she's played 3 great quarters of basketball.
Knudsen gets up a quick 3. That's not going to go. Swider finds the rebound, and she's going to get it off to Castle, and that will do it here at King Arena. Wheaton taking this one 90-83 over the Millikin Big Blue.
Yeah, Don, a game that swung both ways throughout, and the Thunder played well and picked it up when they needed to. I think the thing that I'm surprised by and impressed by the most about this Thunder team is the heart that they showed at the end of this game. The fundamentals weren't always there. We talked about the high turnover numbers, a lot of missed shots, especially early in the game. And, there's not a lot of defense in a game that's 90-83. That's a ton of points for both of these teams. So a lot of places to improve for both teams, for Wheaton specifically. But being able to come back from that 9-point deficit in that crucial third quarter to trail by just 1, and then to pull away and really hold the lead for the entire fourth quarter, I'm impressed. Of course, with the current schedule, again, these teams are playing back-to-back games against each other, just in a different location. So the Wheaton Thunder women's team will be back in action against Millikin once more in what will likely be another highly contested matchup. This time they'll be away at Millikin on Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon, at 2 o'clock. And then the Thunder men will be back over here in King Arena to face Millikin once more.
And just speaking off of the men's basketball, looks like Wheaton will also jump out to a 2-0 record with an 82-61 victory over Millikin. But until those games that Abram mentioned happen, thank you so much for joining us here at WTSN. Have a great night.